Hey everyone, so one day I was out sourcing and I got a call from Mrs. Primetime and she said, hey, I'm looking at these pictures online of this estate sale and I see brooches and other types of jewelry. I'm wondering if you could stop by. So she sent me the address and I said, sure, I could stop by for you, and that's where we pick up this video. All right, we are at the estate sale, as you can see, right there. Sale today, 9 to 5. And we're gonna head on in there and see if there are any treasures left and Mrs. Primetime's brooches. So there's the front door, and everything that I needed to get at this sale was located right here on this table. This was not one of these whole house estate sales where you could walk through every single room. In fact, it was just this room where stuff was available for sale and then a few books on the porch. You could see me here dumping out all of the charms that I wound up picking up. I wound up getting a bunch of stuff. I'll show you the breakdown in just a few moments. But with Mrs. Primetime not being there, the way we coordinated it, since she really runs the jewelry aspect of the business, is I just sent her photos and she told me what it was that she was interested in. And then I just had to make my own judgment calls based on some of the deals that I was able to make in terms of lots and stuff. And, just based on something that might strike my fancy. Wow, so that turned out to be a really great deal and a really great connection that I made. So all of the jewelry here, so that includes all of the brooches that I showed you, all of these charms, which were originally 25 cents a piece. We added in these 3 Christmas brooches as well. Then there was this one, which has the earrings too, which was supposed to be $6 originally. And then remember, all of these brooches here were priced at $4 a piece. A lot of them are Monet. So these are all vintage. The Christmas ones are newer ones, but everything there for just $15. And a very important lesson. When I was outside, she saw me looking on my phone and she said, are you looking on an eBay app? And I said, yeah. And she said, you do eBay? I said, yeah. She goes, oh, I do Etsy. I said, oh, cool. So we started talking. And long and short of it is she said, well, now that I know that you're a dealer, I'm going to cut you a dealer rate. And that's a point I want to make sure a lot of people know. More often than not, when you tell people what you really do, you will find that opportunities open for you, because that then helped me find out that she has tons more of jewelry and vintage toys that are coming out from a move. So I gave her my business card. She gave me her number. I texted her, I'm in her phone, and hopefully we can make some more bulk deals in the future. So, once in a while, yeah, someone might get annoyed to hear that you're doing eBay or you're going to resell, but my experience, vast majority of the times, it works out to just be honest and tell them what you do. All right, so I've got one last thing to do. I'm going to go and head out to meet with somebody who I know locally who literally works in the comic book industry. I've gone to his place before in prior videos. I've never shown him on the screen before, but I've gotten boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff from him, all sorts of promos. It's mostly comic book and pop culture related, and he texted me this morning and he said, hey, I've got another box for you. So I said, awesome. So let's head over there and see what he's got for me this time. All right, so this is the box of stuff that I picked up from him. Basically, our relationship is such that, he saves this stuff up for me and he brings it out. He tells me how much he wants for it, and I just basically give him what he wants. He asked for $60 for all this, which is definitely worth it, because if you look here, for example, this Witchblade book, now this is volume 2. I mean, this is crazy because this is very difficult to find, and if you open it up, look at this. It's got a signature by Mark Silvestri in it. So, I mean, it's just amazing. Like, this will cover the $60 or pretty close to it. And as you can see there, I have it listed for $150 with 4 watchers. And then, as I flip through here, you could see there's other signed books as well. So not only is this one signed by one of the writers, Jimmy Palmiotti, it also comes with a certificate of authenticity from Paper Films. This is a really awesome piece. I'll show you what people are asking for this one right now on eBay. So there's not many available, but the cheapest is $130 plus shipping, so I have it listed for $125. And, you know, I'll just give like a quick skim. You know, you got some good titles like Spawn and stuff, a lot of horror things. And there are some other signed things. I just did a quick flip through of it, but you can see here, condition is pretty much near mint for the vast majority of the stuff here. And then there's like here's another signed one right here. Like, check that out. See? Got a signature right there. All right, now check this out. This is the first issue of Bloom. It's signed by the creator, Ted Sakura. And one of the things I love about buying comic collections from this guy is that there's often these surprise items within the box and sometimes within the items itself. So when I took this one out of the bag, right behind it, we've got another signed piece by Ted Sakura. So that is awesome. You know, it's kind of like when I looked at this book initially, I saw that it was signed and then turned around and say, oh, awesome, look, we've got the certificate of authenticity too. So there's all sorts of hidden treats to be found. I have the main cover and the print listed for $30. And I found a few more of these Bloom #1 issues signed by Ted Sakura. And this one is also signed by the model that you see on the cover, ULINE. How awesome is that? Well, not only is that awesome, and this is what I mean about these surprises, check this out. I turn this over and look at this. There she is again, ULINE, and she signed the back also. So we have 3 signatures on one comic. Awesome. I listed this one for $50 because it's very difficult to find. Only 500 were made. All right, now here are the other 2 #1 issues of Bloom. So there have been some variant covers that I've been showing you here for this title. In other words, they have the same content inside, but different covers. And it's something that makes them more collectible. Again, for those who are not into comics, those are known as variants. And the other thing to show you about these comics, I told you they're signed by the creator, Ted Sakura, is how he uses colorful inks and he prominently places the signature, you know, right in the center of the photo. This one running up the side of the body, and this one here just running right across the center in bright pink. You know, this one with the bright yellow. So that's something that collectors will look at. Where is the signature placed? How prominent is it placed? And what colors that were used? All those things could factor into value. I have them listed at $30 a piece. Some of them are known as Kickstarter variants because they were released in limited amounts as part of a Kickstarter funding project for people who donated at certain funding levels. And then there's just like some miscellaneous books as well, like, you know, Ghosts Are People Too, and Release the Snyder Cut. And then there's something for the DC Pride event that they have coming up here. There's some stickers for it. And then this side is like the miscellaneous stuff. So there's a cool DC Pride t-shirt here, which is neat if you're interested in that. That's hard to find. I have it listed in my eBay store for $30. And, you know, and then there's just like a bunch of other miscellaneous stuff. Like there's posters and things. And here's what it looks like when you unfold it all. All right, I have the poster listed for 20 bucks, and then I listed the comic book for $14, and it's sold within hours. There's toys down here. Let's see. There's some, oh, here we go. There's some toys, some action figures. You know, most of this stuff is comic related, as you can see. We've got like some masks here as well. So, you know, just a lot of different stuff to go through.
What do you see? What do you see with those big eyes? What do you see? Hello there.
All right, I'm back at the flea market. There are not many vendors there, so finding treasures becomes all the more challenging. So I came across this guy with the cool metal Winston and Salem signs. They comp at around 40 to 60 bucks a piece, but that's pretty much what he wanted for them. So I wasn't going to get these. They had some damage to them as well. They weren't double-sided, but what was underneath was incredible. OMG, a giant gorilla on a motorcycle that says Swinger. There were 56 of these posters from the 1970s. I couldn't believe it. I bought all 56 of them for $100. That's about how much one of them sold for. I have them listed at 85 bucks a piece now. All right, now I'm going to lay this out to take some photographs. And people always ask me, even though I've done a video about it before, but they didn't see it, is how I make these look flat in eBay. So show you what I do. It's very simple. I just take a few pieces of tape, just like this, just roll them up. And then I just lightly put them on the corner here, and in the middle right here. Now you could use a sticky tack. The reason I don't like using that is because it does create an impression of a lump when you then go and press it down, and this avoids that. You have to know what kind of paper you're working with. I rarely ever have a problem where this pulls any of the paper off on the back. So, but just be careful. And, you could do like a little test run if you want to on like, one little part. But generally, I've found that this works out really, really well. And there you could see the final product. It looks awesome when it's laying flat like that. Think about it. If you're a customer and you're thinking of spending about $100 on a poster, would you rather purchase one that was shown like this, or what most people do, something like this? This is definitely the winner. Don't forget, take one clean picture like this, and at least take another picture with one vertical measurement for scale. And don't forget to take any close-up photos if you need to, such as small print on the bottom. And lucky me that these were made in Syracuse, New York, which for those of you who don't know is where I'm located. I love how he has a heart on his hat. And of course, we don't want to leave out that he's a swinger. And it's always good to get a close-up of the artist name if that's on there. And so you just want to be really careful when you pull it up. Actually grip the tape with it when you're pulling it up like this, and that helps. And then you're just gonna slowly pull it right off. Try to grab the tape with it as you pull it up, and then just be careful with it. Just be nice and careful. Don't rip it like real fast or anything. Just let it slowly come off, just like that. And then I'll just get this one right here. Just lightly pull it up. And then again, just slowly pull it off. And you see, it's fine. No problem. Just got to be careful, that's all. And just a reminder to look for any animal jewelry. I picked up this really cool multicolored Schnauzer pendant necklace for 50 cents and sold it for $17.
What do you see out there, Daisy? What do you see, a chipmunk? Is there a chipmunk out there? You know those chipmunks are always trying to steal the treasure. You better make sure you keep them away. Keep those chipmunks away, Daisy.
So I drove pretty far for what I thought was an estate sale, but turns out it was just a garage sale that they called an estate sale. Well, how to try to make the best of it. So the first thing I actually found was this really cool, colorful throw blanket of a United States map. So it's comfortable and educational at the same time. That's my sales pitch for $29.99. So it's only 75 cents for the blanket and 25 cents for this Transformers pillowcase. This one I have not found any other versions of, so that led me to list this one also for $29.99. Now, this is a different garage sale on Father's Day on the way to the flea market. So just a random one I stopped off at. And I found these two cast iron 19th hole golf bookends for just $1. I have them listed for $23.99. All right, now this is one of these weird things I just could not pass up, especially for $1. It's basically a cheesy tourist dad that was hand-carved and hand-painted, made out of some stringy light wood, almost looks like coconuts. I listed them for $50 just to see what we get out of them. Yeah, so we'll see. When I walked in the car, my son said, "The things you find." So anyway, let's head off to the flea market and see what treasures we can find. Now, the flea market has just become a shell of its former self since the pandemic, whereas I used to get lots of stuff most times that I went there. Now I'm happy if I could just find one nice lot of something. In this instance, it was this lot of Lego pieces. I was going to walk away because originally he wanted $40 and there were no minifigures in it, but when I walked away, he said, all right, $20. I said, deal. All right, so as you can see here, I have picked up a lot of Lego and Lego-related pieces. I mean, that's that bag of Constructs I showed you a few weeks ago. But the rest of it is mostly Lego pieces. And, you know, you have to start consolidating this stuff to organize it, or it could really start to get out of control. So that's why I have this bin over here. We're going to combine the lot that I just purchased here with a bunch of other Lego lots that I've purchased recently. Make it easier to store. And last but not least, Mrs. Primetime was at it at the flea market, picking through some jewelry. Let me show you some of the pieces she picked out. All right, so she got this cool carved owl brooch from the 1970s. Definitely a really neat piece there. Then she got some Leah Sophia pieces there as well. These Kent plated pieces too, which we have listed for $30. That brings us to the cool cat cameo brooch in the box, which we have listed for $25. And remember, you can always contact me at primetimetreasure@gmail.com. If you see anything you like, we've got the bow tie brooch listed for $25.
Oh, who's that? Is it dinner time? Is it the ice cream man? Is it Santa Claus? Santa? Is it Sue from the Vintage Vagabond Vens YouTube channel? No, it's not. It's member spotlight time. So make sure you check out Willie's new and vintage flips. His channel is in the description section, plus it's listed in the comments section of this video. It's something that I do for all members of the channel. Plus, I will promote your store for 24 hours in the announcement section in my Facebook group, the Facebook Reselling Resource Center. That's been good to bring a lot of people's businesses additional exposure and often multiple sales on that day because I ask people to go and support you. So go join the group if you're not in there already and click the join button on this channel to learn more about membership. With that, I'm going to head and check out what Daisy is doing. I think her boyfriend Gizmo might be walking around somewhere. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you all at the next one, everyone. Take care.
Hey Daisy, Gizmo's coming. I see Gizmo. I see Gizmo. I see him. There he is. There's Gizmo. There he is. Look at him. Oh, he'll be back again, Daisy. He'll be back again, don't worry.